Hello everyone, Brandon Despia here. Today I have a couple of matches to show from Dueling Nexus, playing against another duelist who's using the Dracotail deck. I'm going to be... Now, I haven't used Dueling Nexus before this, so I might make a couple of errors here, but I wanted to just go over it with you and see what we can do to improve, or maybe, get some suggestions from our fellow branded players on YouTube and get better with branded. So, this is the full 45 card deck list. Okay, as it currently stands, you can see we limited the Magistus engine so we can make room for Cyframe Lord Omega, a Grand Guignol, and a Proscignon, right? And we have a Dear Servant package. We've run 2 instead of 3. The Mag Ecclesia the Virtuous and Fleur de Lis will make an appearance in this duel. We have the Evil Swarm Exoton Knight for going second. As well, and then the Albion is for going first. Alright, let's get right into the duel here. So, we have a Dracotail player using Ecclesia. He has Fallen the White Dragon, Ash Blossom, Fallen the Virtuous, and he has a Dracotail Phymena. I have Cockatourium, Fallen the White Dragon, Tri-Brigade Mercurial, Branded High Spirits, Branded Fusion. Seems like a pretty good hand here, to be completely honest. Let's see what happens. So he starts off with Fallen the White Dragon. Go ahead and send the Dragon Devours Dogma. Activates the effect of Albaz, gets Ecclesia, and then he's going to special summon the Cartesia from his hand. Synchros into Ecclesia the Dark Dragon, and goes and gets the Incredible Ecclesia from the deck. He's running 2 for some reason. Didn't expect that. Uses the Cartesia to fuse into Arthalion and triggers the effects of Arthalion and the Phymena to get a Cat 2 on the board, and then get the Ash Blossom and Phymena back into the hand. Cat 2 activates, gets a Lucaeus, and I don't think he normal summoned this turn, so that should be free to normal summon. Goes ahead and does it. Lucas effect will go ahead and get the Urgula, so he can put the Phymena back into his hand most likely. Now he activates the Phymena and uses the Urgula and the Lucaeus to make another Arthalion. Very interesting. He goes ahead and gets a Dracotail Flame and a Rahu Dracotail. Urgula is going to go ahead and return the Phymena. And then he sets a Fallen the Virtuous from his hand. Gets the Ecclesia Dark Dragon back, gets another Fallen Virtuous in his hand. He's going to use that same Fallen Virtuous to go ahead and pop, I believe, one of his Arthalions. Yep, and sends the Red Albion to the graveyard. And this is going to allow him to put Branded Fusion in his hand. I don't know why he goes Branded Fusion here, to be completely honest. But that's what he did. So he has a pretty good board. To be honest, it's pretty strong. We're going to go ahead and go Branded High Spirits during the draw phase. And we're going to go for the Cockatourium play that I've been showing you guys before. I go ahead and get the Brigand's Kit. Now, just so you guys know, we've talked about the deck before, so he knows what I'm trying to do. Because Brigand's Kit's going to activate his effect. He immediately responds with Cartesia and tries to go into a Secretarion Dragon to lock me out of any effects. But right now, that's not really an issue. So we go ahead and go into the Brigand's Kit. He tribute it, and then he immediately used the Fallen the Virtuous to pop it before I activate its effect, which is really cool in a sense, because now you're seeing how this Cockatourium play draws a lot of aggro. Like, that Fallen the Virtuous could have been used against a whole bunch of other really neat things, but he used it against the bird. So, and to be fair, the bird is full combo. So if he didn't do that, it would be a mess, right? But he goes ahead and lets me which is funny. He lets me get a card off of this, and then I get the Fallen and the Virtuous. Now I'm thinking back now. I probably should have went and got Branded in Red off of Branded in Red to break the board, and you'll see why in a second. Anyways, I go ahead and play Ecclesia the Dark Dragon in the graveyard, the special summon Fallen of the White Dragon. He immediately goes into the Albaz. Now that I think about it, I should have probably... actually, no, he has the Dracotail Flame. So right now, this is kind of pinned down. I was saving it for the Branded Fusion because, I didn't know. But then again, I should know he has Ash Blossom, so it's kind of a moot point. This is why we probably should have gotten... another card. Rebellion the Searing Dragon. Now, this is a situation, by the way, where you would say, hey, you probably should run fallen branded in white because of this, right? Like this is the reason why you run branded in white. I mean, this helps break boards going second, right? That makes sense. All right, but we're not doing that. All right, so he goes in, gets the Mirror Jade, Dracotail Arthelion. We're gonna go ahead and bounce back that Mirror Jade. Brand of Fusion, Ash Blossom, Fallen the White Dragon. I mean, Fallen the Virtuous, and then Dracotail Flame. I set the card. He does find Mina. In fact, he makes the Gulamail here. Yeah, unfortunately, we just kind of got really bad here. I don't know why I set that knowing he had the Dracotail find Mina. And this is why I'm not really a fan of having too many cards I'm forced to set. Even the little bit I do have that I think about setting just gets popped immediately, right? Because of cards like Find Mina or the Radiant Typhoon cards. So we pretty much get completely stopped here, right? And even if not at the end of phase, I even had a play where I could potentially go into something like Albion the Branded Dragon's effect. We're gonna get like a branded in red if we wanted to, or branded opening. We could even have potentially done that, but that still wouldn't have done anything because the stupid Secretary on Dragon's still on the board. So what we could have done, even if we set the brand in red, we wouldn't have had anything to fuse with. That's really the sad part about it. So, yeah, we just lose here. Yeah, I get the brand opening because I just felt like it was no point. We didn't have anything going on there. This game. All right, so game 2. We going first. We have the Luber. We have a brand opening, brand retribution, brand of fusion, and Clam here. So he has Ash Blossom, and he has a Find Mina to fuse into. Technically, he could fuse into Secretary on Dragon here, actually, and just stop a lot of what I'm doing. Let's see if he does that. So I normal summon the Aluber. We're gonna go ahead and get the branded in High Spirits. Now he doesn't stop the branded High Spirits, I believe. He doesn't Ash Blossom that, which, you know, to be fair, if you branded High Spirits is ridiculous, and you should probably Ash Blossom it. But the problem is, if you do that, then you're wide open to a branded fusion play, and you're gonna feel really bad about yourself. So I mean, I think this is one of the things I've been trying to tell people about hand traps right now. Like, you run Ash Blossom. Its biggest use case is the Mulch Armies right now, because there's too many good decks out there who doesn't give a single crap about an Ash Blossom. And even Branded doesn't care anymore. Like, this is a very valid Ash Blossom target, but then you get destroyed by opening or fusion, right? So, I mean, it's just like, what do you do there? You know, I mean, you have to let that through and give him access to the Fallen the White Dragon engine. Now, I had Fallen the White Dragon already, so it doesn't matter. I get it actually through the Branded High Spirits. I didn't have it in my hand. We're going to go ahead and special summon the Fallen White Dragon, send the Dragon Devourer's Dogma, so we can get access to a card in the end phase through it. Ecclesia, now he lets me go all the way through with this. Springin's, you know, I feel like once he saw that I got Fallen of the White Dragon out, what you could say is, once I put the Fallen of the White Dragon in my hand, he could go find Mina, send Cartesia and Malulu, and make a Secretary and just like stop the dragon plays, right? He could do that. The problem is, it wouldn't even do anything, because then I would still special summon this and then make a make Albalanetus take the monster, and now it's like he just wasted his time. And he definitely super loses the game, because he's gonna put a card in the back row, which I will make sure to pop. So yeah, I don't know what you do in this situation, to be honest. Like, someone in the chat let me know how you would stop this hand with the hand he has. I go into Ecclesia and Dark Dragon, so now my Branded Fusion is kaput, doesn't work anymore. Activates effect. He doesn't Ash Blossom. I go Quem, activate Quem's effect, and then chain with the Golden Sword. So I don't know if he's like what he's looking for, to be honest. But But I used the Spriggan's Kit to get 2 monsters on the board along with the Golden Sword Soul. So Golden Sword Soul and Kit are just really, really good in Branded. You know, just pumps out extra bodies like crazy. You know what I mean? So we go ahead and make the Cypherine Lord Omega. We activate its effect, and we get the Spriggan's Kit back. And wow, he just now he goes for the fusion, and he goes in for Arthalion. Now, what is he doing with Arthalion? Because I've sent the Grand Guignol here. He triggered my Arthalion doing this, and we get another monster on the board. He's gonna use Malulu, and he's gonna Malulu what? He's gonna Malulu the Quem. It's a little. I mean, that's fine, I guess. We use the Grand Guignol, we get the Incredible Ecclesia. I say, you know what? I don't think we need a fuse anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and get the Dogmatic Ecclesia. We're going to get the Dogmatic Fleur-de-Lis. This should be enough to survive. We have the Branded Retribution. We have 2 cards going in our hand during the end phase. Well, we have 1 card in our hand going in during the end phase. And what I should have did was, I probably should have used Branded Opening to get an albaz. I mean, to let's see here. I should have gotten. Actually, we couldn't. We already had the Quem and the Aluber, so the Branded Opening was pretty much useless. And we have, you know, Quem gone. Now we have to rely on our Ecclesia to get albaz support. So if you had a way to negate it, then that's a problem. But it's totally fine. We're going to go ahead and just recover some resources here. Alright, there we go. Fallen the Virtuous. I feel like I'm just going to pop that monster, right? Yep, pop it. Alright. So we have Retribution set, and we have Fallen the Virtuous. No, we send Branded in red. Now, why would we send Branded in red? We do have an albaz in the graveyard, so we can fusion summon. So, I think I made a little bit of a misplay here. We'll see what happens, because I ended up wasting a Branded Retribution. Cut to Dracotail, we're going to... we ended up doing that for some reason, when we could have just Branded Retribution, just stopped it, and just recurred some resources, right? We could have brought these cards back. So that was a mistake on my part. Alright, he fuses into Gulamel. And now the Oracle is going to pop one of my cards. And I don't know why I went Branded in red here. I should have just let that die if I wasn't going to use the counter trap. Anyway, we go Chaos Star Source Dragon. Oh, I see why. I went to Chaos Star Source Dragon to pop his back row because I saw what he made. All right, so he decides not to stop me from popping his back row with Chaos Star Source. He decides to stop the Quem. Right, I pop his back row. Okay. Urgala puts the Fight Me in the back in the hand, and he's gonna pop my Chaos Star Source with the Golden Mill. That's totally okay. At this point, really, the whole point is just survival. Alright, Secretarian Dragon again. Now, this is one of the cool things about Fleur-de-Lis. If a monster special summon from the extra deck is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then, if you control the Dogmatic monster, you can negate the effects of a face-up monster and field to the end of the turn. All this happens before it hits the field, right? So when it resolves in the hand. And then everything happens at that point. So the Secretarian Dragon's not stopping it. Right? Because, I mean, it activates in the hand. So hopefully we use that to negate the Secretarian. Alright. There we go. He tries to go and recover some resources. He pops the Ecclesia, the Virtuous, because, well, I mean, it can't be destroyed by battle of a monster special summon from the extra deck. So he has to kill that or he just doesn't win the game. Now, actually, now that I think about it, let me see here. Unfortunately, I couldn't use the Tri-Brigade Spriggan's Kit to special summon the Dogmatic Ecclesia. That would be so stupid if you could do that. I wish you could. Anyways, we're going to special summon the Fleur-de-Lis and prevent him from activating the Secretarian's effect. Alright, Malulu is forced to summon. There's no fusion summon, goes into Shawless. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Fallen of Virtuous in my hand, since he has a Dracotail Sting. He negates the Knight, he negates Fleur de Lis, and then bounces it. So what was the point of that? Alright, kills the Kit. Kit activates the effect, gets another body on the board. Fleur gets Ecclesia, kills Ecclesia, kills Quem, takes 1200 off of the Aluber attack. During the end phase, we just get a whole bunch of advantage here. So High Spirits, we get the Ecclesia, we get this, you get the Fallen White Dragon. I mean, not the Fallen White Dragon, we get the Ecclesia here. And he decides that with the Sting and the Rahu, that's not enough to deal with my 6-7 cards, right? It's really, he only has like 1, 2 interruptions and a Floodgate that is useless because we have the Fallen of Virtuous. So, all right, and now game 3. I have 2 more Charmies starter and 3 starters, so that's absolutely insane. He has Rahu, Cross that Designator, Kashtira Fenrir, Fall of the White Dragon, and the Dragon's Mind. I have a question for you guys in the chat. Can you guys tell me if you feel like running Kashtira with Dragon Mind works? Because I feel like that will conflict with the requirement of your Dragon's Mind. My personal opinion. Let's go ahead. It's the 3rd game. He's going first, so I'll go ahead and just throw that Perulia Alley immediately during the draw phase. I draw a card off the Fenrir. It's a Nibiru. I doubt I'll be able to use it, but I've seen him go over 5 summons a few times, so I was like, maybe I'll give it a shot. Goes Rahu, makes her Arthalion, adds Lucius back to his hand. Now, I was thinking to myself, why won't he normal summon the Lucius? And the reason I feel like is because of the Perulia is going to give me another draw. If that's the case, why did he even put Lucius in the graveyard? Why he just get something else? Alright, so he gets the Ketu. I go Fualos. He cross out Designates. I didn't even have to shotgun the Fualos here, but there's no point. He had it regardless. No matter when I used it. Alright, Gulamel. And then he sets the Dragon's Mind. Alright, I draw Brandon in red. Normal summon Aluber. He does not stop the Aluber. He does not stop the Aluber. I would assume that he would rather keep the Dragon's Mind to stop like the Branded Fusion, right? Or the Branded High Spirits. And you gotta remember, he spent resources stopping my other plays, and then he just got Branded Fusion in some previous duels we had. So he's probably worried about that. High Spirits. Send the bird again. We keep on getting the bird and High Spirits. This is honestly just absolutely broken combination of cards. You definitely want to stop this combo. So, I mean, he never lets the Kit resolve now, which is hilarious because the Kit's scarier to him than the Aluber, and I guess it makes sense because Kakatorium is just ridiculous combo. It's a ridiculous combo. He uses the Dragon's Mind on the Kit. Now, you may be wondering, why would he do that? We just talked about how he's so worried about the Kakatorium line, right? So he's kind of lasering a little bit too hard on it, but to be fair, with the board he has, it would be I would just destroy him, right? With just that one card. Now, he does have the Kashtira here. I don't see him using the Kashtira's effect. Because, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you could target a face that monster your opponent controls and banish it face down. He's probably waiting for something a little bit juicier, right? Anyway, we Branded Fusion, and I just, he insta-scoops. Because what the hell is he going to do? You know what I mean? Like, what could he possibly do? And we could have went into a number of options here. And that was it. So, and then we have Brandon in red. Well, those are the 3 games. This is the deck list once again. Hopefully you guys appreciate it. Let me know if you see anything you'd like to talk about. Any pointers, anything like that. In that first game in particular, what would you have done with that hand? So, just let me know. Just trying to get better at Branded, just like everyone else. Take care of yourself and have a great day.